I'm Dougie Boyd, I'm Artistic Director of Garsington Opera, and I can't wait to welcome you to our 2025 season. 4 amazing operas, which I think centre around the power of love. We have Queen of Spades by Tchaikovsky, L'Elixir d'Amore, The Elixir of Love by Donizetti, Beethoven's only and incredible opera, Fidelio, and Handel's Rodelinda. Let's start with Queen of Spades, which is a story, as I say, of love, but love comes in many guises. And in Queen of Spades, love is presented in the form of obsession. Our hero, our main protagonist, German, is not only obsessed with Lisa, but he's obsessed with gambling. He is an addictive personality. And many of our members will have enjoyed the wonderful production of Eugene Onegin a few years ago. We have the same fabulous designer, Tom Piper, and the director, Jack Furness, who gave us the most extraordinary rendition of Rusalka by Dvořák a few years ago. So that's a great team that's reconnecting. Onegin is the most incredible score. Everybody loves the melodies of Onegin, but what I would say is that perhaps it's not quite as well known as Onegin, although it's performed all over the world, Queen of Spades. I would say this is his greatest masterpiece, and the music is on an even higher level than Onegin, and makes incredible demands on the singers. It's the most glorious score for our world-class symphony orchestra, the Philharmonia Orchestra. I think it will be an amazing event. We're also reviving a much-loved production of Beethoven's Fidelio, which was created by the legendary John Cox and will be revived by Jamie Manton. A great personal friend of mine from my previous life, because I was principal oboe in the Chamber Orchestra of Europe, was our concertmaster back in the day, Gerard Korsten, and I can't wait to welcome Gerard to Garsington to conduct this wonderful orchestra with the sound world of our other amazing world-class orchestra, the English Concert, who I think will bring grit, articulation and drama to this miraculous score. Of course, Fidelio is about tyranny and freedom from tyranny, Freiheit, as they say in German, and the piece ends through this terror. It ends in the light, and it's one of the most glorious endings in all musical literature, really. But as well as this idea of fighting against the darkness and fighting against tyranny, it's actually not only about love, but about, I believe, about marital love, and the lengths that Leonora will go to try and save her husband, Florestan, who has been wrongly put into this horrendous prison and the tomb of the prison. To lighten the mood, we have the most effervescent comedy by Donizetti, L'Elixir d'Amore, or The Elixir of Love, set, I guess, in a beautiful Italian village, this kind of environment. I'm sure our director, Chris Luscombe, and designer Simon Higlet will celebrate. We've invited them back because they created this extraordinary environment of the streets of Seville in our Barbiere di Sevilla, Barber Seville, a couple of years ago, which was such a great success with our members, and we're so thrilled to bring them back for another comedy. I think Chris has got this lightness of touch where he can mix between seriousness, creating real humanity on stage, and fun. And we also welcome 2 remarkable artists, Madison Leonard, who was the most wonderful Sophie in our Der Rosenkavalier production of a few years ago. And she also graced our stage in 24 as one of the heroines of Un Giorno di Regno by Verdi. It's wonderful to have her back, as well as tenor Alexei Palchikov, who gave us such a moving interpretation of Lenski in our previous Eugene Onegin. And I think the two of them as the lovers of Nemorino and Adina will melt everybody's hearts next summer. Rodelinda, we're in the world of love again, but perhaps also just as important, it's about power. It's about a family who live in a kind of insular world, but probably somewhere rather beautiful. And I think that our director Ruth Knight will create a kind of timeless Arcadian environment which should be absolutely perfect for our opera house. We welcome, as Rodelinda, one of the great Handelian sopranos, Lucy Crowe, who we had the most wonderful time as Titania in 2024's Midsummer Night's Dream, alongside another Garsington favourite, Ed Lyon, and Tim Mead, who was wonderful in our last Handel and Adige of a few years ago. I can't wait for the 2025 season and look forward to seeing you all then.